Picture this. It's 1993, and somewhere in Canada, a young student is working late into the night, his mind racing with ideas that would later reshape multiple industries. That student was Elon Musk, age 22, standing at the crossroads of his future, armed with nothing but a computer, determination, and an insatiable curiosity about the world. Today on GEM, we're exploring a fascinating question. What would a 22-year-old Elon Musk do in today's world? Let's examine the mindset that shaped his early success. At 22, Musk wasn't just another student. He was strategically choosing fields he believed would shape the future: renewable energy, internet technology, and space exploration. While his peers were partying, he was devouring 2 books daily across physics, engineering, and business. He understood that breakthrough innovations happen when different fields intersect. Today, he'd likely be combining cutting-edge areas like neuroscience with AI, or synthetic biology with quantum computing. So what would young Musk do today? Let's break down his likely approach. First, he'd identify the world's biggest bottlenecks: climate change, food security, brain-computer interfaces. He'd look for problems that others consider too hard to tackle. But here's the key. He wouldn't just choose any difficult problem. He'd select one where a solution could benefit humanity on a massive scale. Second, instead of rushing to start a company, he'd spend time building his knowledge base. Remember, before Tesla and SpaceX, Musk taught himself rocket science and automotive engineering. Today, he might be teaching himself synthetic biology, quantum mechanics, or advanced AI algorithms. He understood that to innovate in an industry, you need to understand it from the ground up. But here's what's really fascinating about young Musk: his approach to risk and comfort. While studying at the University of Pennsylvania, he spent just $1 on food per day, eating hot dogs and oranges. Why? Because he was testing himself, proving he could survive on little while pursuing his goals. Today, he might be living in a tiny apartment, putting every spare dollar into learning resources and experimental projects. Young Musk would also be leveraging today's digital landscape differently. He'd be active in open-source communities, contributing to cutting-edge projects. He'd be running simulation models on cloud computing platforms, testing his theories about renewable energy or space travel. He might even be building a following on platforms like GitHub or participating in global hackathons. And here's another crucial aspect. Young Musk would be networking, but not in the traditional sense. He'd be seeking out the brightest minds in his fields of interest, engaging in online forums, participating in virtual conferences, and possibly even hosting his own tech meetups. He understood that groundbreaking innovations rarely happen in isolation. The reality is, a 22-year-old Musk today would probably be working on something we can't even imagine. Because that's exactly what he did back then. He saw possibilities others couldn't see. He'd be looking at emerging technologies not for what they are, but for what they could become. But here's the most valuable lesson we can learn from young Elon. Success doesn't come from following the crowd or chasing quick wins. It comes from having the courage to pursue problems that matter, even when everyone else thinks you're crazy. It comes from being willing to look foolish while learning, and from maintaining an unwavering focus on your goals. So, what's your impossible problem? What future do you see that others don't? Perhaps you're the next young visionary who will reshape our world. The tools and knowledge available today are more powerful than ever. The only question is, how will you use them? If you found this perspective inspiring, don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe to join the GEM family. Share this video with someone who needs to think bigger about their future. And remember, as young Elon would say, the only limit is your imagination. Drop a comment below sharing what impossible problem you're working on solving.